Like, that's a long time.
I'm going to go find out today when I go back.
I was just like, geez, well, how bad was this fight? Did they get medical attention or whatever? And she said, oh, it wasn't that bad. And I said, well, why has he been in the isolation for 2 weeks? Like, that's a long time.
I'm going to go find out today when I go back to the office. I have the chief name or whatever, the top person, and I'm going to ask that today because I think it's traumatic for a child to be in isolation.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would make sense if it was like, a day or, a few hours or for the day, but like 2 weeks. Because, I keep hearing about this fight, but then I realized I heard about the fight like weeks ago.
So I'm going to figure that out today because when I got this notice in house and that he's still in isolation, blah, blah, blah. What? Why?
Yeah.
That makes it, to me, isolation.
This conversation was on 7/1.
I choose it, but not for that long of a period, especially for a child. I don't agree with that.
Well, thank you. Like, I really appreciate having someone that's like a little more empathetic towards Logan. Like, I'm not trying to gossip or anything like that. Sometimes I feel like Heather or Tana, like, I just feel like they don't really have a lot of empathy for Logan. They just, really talk about factual things, saying, well, his behavior has merited him to be here or this and that. And I'm like, I know, but like, think about all the trauma. And, and then they'll kind of agree with me and go, yeah. And then, but then it'll go back to like, well, he's done this or he's done that. And I'm like, I thought we talked about this. What about the trauma part, remember? So it's hard because I feel like people, or I feel like, in the office, they think I'm like, maybe like a helicopter aunt, or like maybe I just like, they think maybe I'm blind to Logan's behaviors, or I'm just like, oh, he can do no wrong, he's innocent. Like, no, I know he has a little bit of behaviors, but I don't think that it would merit 2 weeks of isolation or merit, the blunt force that's coming for him, like having to go to the military school or having to go to, another school. And, they were upset because I pulled the records for, or, they were like, I got, Fran forwarded the thing, and I said, well, she's like, you can't believe everything you read. And I said, I didn't read it. I have a friend who's a police officer, and they pulled the records at Copper, like, they pulled the records for me for Copper Hill. And, just like public records. And the thing is like, I feel like anybody would do that for their own child before they put them somewhere. It's not like I'm trying to like be sneaky or be, whatever weird about it, but it's like if my nephew's going there, I want to know what kind of place it is.
Yeah.
I want to know that he's safe and there's not, who would I be as his aunt or his family if I just didn't care, like, and I care.